My name is Abandon, and long time no see. Yes, I am still doing what I've done before and continue to do, work and school, and that's a thing. But I wanted to talk a little bit about a culture clash issue that I have, meaning that, my understanding of the world clashing with what's being done and enacted in the world, and how that's really just messing with my head. And part of that is bullying right now, I'm thinking about. I was watching a video that set the scene up between a child that was, he did a song about his sister who gets picked on, and just showing support for her. And I just don't understand that. I mean, I guess I understand in a theoretical sense that, we often, or society often, or culture often, whatever you want to say, insert here, tears apart things they don't understand. And I'm not down with that at all. I don't agree. I don't understand. I mean, especially in like a kid. I don't understand creating an environment. I mean, some people say like, we need to make our kids tougher. And I came from a environment where they wanted to make the kids tougher. And for some of it, I could see where they're going, but there's a difference and scope and intensity that needs to be, you can't just overlook that. And so there's my culture clash. There's a clash like, yeah, your words sound really, yeah, okay, you're presenting yourself in such a way that maybe, no, I don't agree with you. I can see where you are constructing your logic and saying that we shouldn't, what can we do about bullying, because people are going to get bullied regardless and you need to toughen them up. But I don't agree, and I can't agree. I cannot set and be in a position, it's almost like saying if you saw it happening in front of you, that you would allow it to happen because, well, they need to be tougher. And no. If that happens in front of me, I'm going to stop it, because I'm not thinking about, oh, they need to be tougher. I'm thinking about, that is a horrible thing to do to another person, and especially, you have an opportunity to teach something different in the world. You have an opportunity to step in and be a positive force. So I think most people would, if they saw someone bullying someone in front of them, they would step in and be like, don't do that. So it's kind of like an empty saying when they're like, oh, we just want them to toughen up. Because no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't stand there and let somebody tear apart your child, or for me, anyone, like kid, dog, rabbit, whatever. I mean, any living being is worthy of dignity and respect. And that doesn't mean you like bow down to them all the time, and it doesn't mean that you love mamsy pamsy, whatever you want to call it. It means that you don't go out of your way to hurt them. And I don't understand the setup where it's like, you'll say, I just don't know. I don't understand it. And there's a culture clash, like I said. How do you process this? I mean, personally, I know what I would do, and I know I have done, and I know that I will continue to do. I'm not going to let anyone be put in a position where they're hurt in that way. I mean, yes, I can be caustic, abrasive, whatever. I don't know if that's ever came up in my vlogs. But there's a difference between maliciously hurting someone in order to feel better about yourself, and accidentally hurting someone's feelings because of a joke, or some kind of witticism that you did, and then because one, it's like malice and forethought, and another one, it's like apologize afterwards and say, I'll not do that again. I mean, I don't understand. And I don't know if I want to understand. Maybe I do. Maybe I do want to understand it. It's like know your enemy, you know? So I do want to know the underpinnings of this so I can tear it down. I don't, how can, we did all these things like, toughen them up, stuff like that, prepare them for the future. And then the other side, you get things like, don't tear people down, at least be there for them, and if you can't make someone's life better, at least don't make it worse. And these ideologies are existing like this. And it makes me, it's just like, I'm not saying one is right or another. Actually, I kind of am. I mean, if you look at it, why would you want a negative outcome instead of a positive one? Why would you want to hurt someone to such a degree that it's unwarranted? That, I mean, it's not like someone comes into your house and, tries to beat on your family and you're like, I want to give you a hug. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, someone who's different, if they have Down syndrome, or if they're a trans person, or they're deaf, or things like that. I mean, why go out of your way? And I mean, then there's all this victim blaming, especially in instances I've seen around the deaf community, or the hearing community, dealing with the deaf community. And it's like, well, if they wanted, they should speak up. And they need to stand up for themselves. And I'm like, when you create a culture or an environment that is caustic, people are not, they're eventually not going to speak up. Not everyone is brave. Not everyone is, able to do that. I mean, you're using your model of how you understand the world and applying it with like this very thick brush across everything. I mean, it's the root of privilege, and it's, people that are not of a culture policing that culture and saying, well, if they wanted rights, they should do this. That's a bunch of crap. I mean, maybe I'm trying to envision a scenario where it would work, and I'm not getting one. I mean, I can get one like, say, well, if you want your message to come across that this is the best way to code your message in order for it to have a positive outcome in dealing with this audience, maybe. But there's a certain amount of no in that. So, yeah, that's what I've been thinking of today. And it's very opinionated, and these are only my opinions, not of any other community or any other person, and it's just my personal processing. And maybe my ideas will change. I don't think so, but I'm processing it, and that's the whole point. Well, I'm gonna go now, and we'll see how much of this ends up on the interwebs.